it is apparent indisputably that the nature of the nature is divine, in providing us freely and generously the essentials of our life, such as food, water, air, oxygen, light, rain, in addition to herbal medicines, etc. The nature provides us with all these items, expecting nothing in return. There is a divine act of the nature. There is a divine nature of the nature, doing things for our good, being benevolent. Though sometimes it appears the nature is malevolent in teaching us lessons when we do something wrong, when we go wrong. For example, the coronavirus that spread throughout the world with the beginning of the year 2020 is an act of the nature, teaching us a lesson by giving a punishment for polluting the nature, for polluting the atmosphere, for destroying natural forests. The human beings have used their knowledge called science and technology to control the nature, to go against the nature. That is why the human beings has to suffer through a natural punishment such as COVID-19 of coronavirus. Even though the nature punishes us, that punishment is impersonal. There is no person behind the universe, as the believers in theistic religions believe. All activities of the nature are automatic. But ancient religions, the theistic religions, has shown us that there is an almighty being, invisible in the universe, activating all the universal or natural activities. But science or scientific discoveries cannot find such a person in the universe, in the space. There is only a belief. Christianity says there is an almighty God activating the nature. Judaism refers to that God as Jehovah. Islam refers to that God as Allah. In Hinduism, there are innumerable deities in charge of different activities of the nature. These are only mental pictures only ideas created by the people who could not understand the activities of the nature. The modern science is always investigating into the nature, the activities of the nature. Though it has not found out a separate being actuating the universe. But although there is no Almighty God behind the universe, behind the nature, all natural activities are benevolent for the good of the beings, for the good of the humanity. As I mentioned earlier, even the coronavirus has become a blessing in disguise. Many intelligent people have found out that the human beings have gone wrong to get such a punishment. And now they are turning away from the modern material culture towards the ancient spiritual culture. Under the modern material culture, the physical culture, culture based on science and inventions, the two most powerful countries in the world have become USA and Great Britain. And both those countries are situated on either side of the Bermuda Triangle, having the greatest gravity in the earth, pulling everything towards it. Even aeroplanes and ships, boats got devoured, absorbed into that triangle. On the other hand, quite opposite to that triangle, quite opposite to USA and Great Britain, there lies on the globe a small island called Sri Lanka at the moment, and NASA has found out that Sri Lanka has the lowest gravity in the universe, in the world, on the earth. That means less pulling power, less gravity, so that there is a doorway to the space. On the other hand, because of the less gravity, the people of that country have become spiritual. And it has been for more than 26 centuries the center of Buddha's teaching. It was this country that put into writing the teachings of Buddha. And the original writings are still in existence. And there are several predictions, not only made by the spiritual people who have developed their clairvoyance or insight, even the scientists have declared, the missionaries have declared that Sri Lanka is destined to become the spiritual head of the earth, the center of spirituality. Spirituality means being good-natured, being godly, being divine. As I mentioned earlier, the nature provides us our essentials, expecting nothing in return. In fact, our diseases are cured by the nature, even though the curing is accelerated by medicine. But the natural medicine called herbal medicine have a more important place than the modern medical science medicines. Modern medicine can have adverse side effects, but herbal medicine has no injurious, harmful side effects. Now, the intelligent people are found to be naturalized. Naturalized is becoming closer to the nature, being one with the nature. In fact, being natural means being divine, being enlightened. The nature is called the mother nature because its nature is motherly. It is the nature that gives us birth and that looks after us. As I mentioned earlier, providing us with food, medicine, heat, light, water, and even scenic beauty of the natural forest, mountains, streams, rivers, lakes, and even the beauty of the sky, both during the daytime as well as in the night. Beautiful clouds passing by, trees and plants dancing with the breeze, with the winds. That shows the nature is providing us the entertainment, free entertainment with its beauty, beauty of the nature, beauty of the natural sceneries, such as forests, rivers, lakes, etc. Thus, the nature can be called divine. Therefore, there is no wonder ancient people believing, even modern people believing, that there is an almighty, invisible being, a divine being behind the universe. In fact, nobody has found such a being in the universe. And it is impossible even rationally to believe that there is such a being activating the nature, activating the universe. Things happen automatically. And that is the divine nature of the nature, the mother nature, the benevolent nature, doing good for our good. That is the divine nature of the nature.